everyone, my name is Tomas Dominguez, and welcome to yet another movie night vlog. For tonight's movie night vlog, this one is going to be yet another double feature one. With A Quiet Place Part 2 coming out this past weekend, I decided to do a video doing a double feature movie night of me rewatching A Quiet Place and then watching A Quiet Place 2 in theaters. Now, my original plan was to film an intro before I watched the first Quiet Place last night. However, for some reason my phone's microphones weren't working properly last night. Like, I cleaned them and everything, but it just wasn't working last night. But when I woke up this morning and tested it again, it looks like it was working. When I tested for this video, it's working. So I definitely need to look into that, but yeah, I was so scared that night that I wasn't able to get this video out, but thankfully microphones are working again. But what sucks is that I wasn't able to film an intro before I rewatched A Quiet Place, talking about how much I love the film, how I've rewatched the film a couple times since seeing it in theaters, and how it's still held up since then. So yeah, I did rewatch A Quiet Place last night, and yeah, I still think this is one of the best horror films to come out in recent years. Yeah, this film is great. The direction by John Krasinski was incredible, and one of the most outstanding things about this film is the incredible way it uses sound to its advantage. And the incredible sound design of this film really helps make it stand out on its own in comparison to other horror films that come out nowadays. One of the main ways this film's unique sound design really helps this film is that it helps it make it a lot more tense and a lot more suspenseful, especially near the end. The main reason the sound in this film is so unique is that if you haven't seen this film, basically the plot of this film is that some creatures have attacked the world, basically ruined the world, and basically the survivors of this attack must survive by trying to remain as quiet as possible, because these creatures are basically respond to sound, and when they hear large sounds, they go to I think the people who make the sounds and then attack them and kill them. So this family in this film has to be very quiet throughout most of it. So, and it really works to the film's advantage. One prominent example of this is the performances of everyone in the entire family. They all give such great performances, and keep in mind, they are not speaking throughout most of this film. They mainly speak in sign language, and and the fact that they're still able to pull off such incredible performances by only using sign language for most of the film is really compliments them as actors. If you somehow still have not seen this film yet, I highly implore you to see it. It truly is a fantastic horror film, and definitely one of the best, as I say before, one of the best horror films of recent years. Okay guys, so it's a few days later. I saw A Quiet Place Part 2. Sorry I wasn't able to get any footage of me going into the theater, and honestly halfway through making this video I decided, you know what, I think this will be better off as a review video of me just reviewing both the first Quiet Place and A Quiet Place Part 2. So if I mention movie night at the beginning of the video, just forget about that. It's a review video now. So I apologize for the last minute change, but based on the footage I was able to film, I felt like this would have been more appropriate to title it as a review video rather than a movie night video. But anyways, as I stated before, I did see A Quiet Place Part 2 the other day, and yeah, it's a really solid sequel to the first one. Not as good, but still really solid. A couple of things to me about this film that really stood out was, for one thing, it still manages to be a very tense and suspenseful film throughout, which is a huge compliment to this film, because for a horror movie to be effective, it needs to feel very tense and successful, and the movie succeeds on that front, especially. Another thing I really liked about this film was how it was basically able to expand upon the previous film in terms of exploring other characters and basically just exploring the world in which these characters live in, which is a huge compliment to this film, especially since when I first heard they were making a sequel to A Quiet Place, I was like, no, this does not need a sequel. But the sequel manages to build upon the first one by basically getting a deeper look into the world these characters live in, and it actually makes me excited about a potential third Quiet Place film. And the fact that this sequel was able to make me excited about a third film when I didn't even want a second film when I initially heard about it is just a big compliment to this film overall. Now, my only really big gripe with this film, and this is gonna delve a bit into spoilers, so you have been warned. When this film came out, based on what I was hearing, I was expecting this to be, in some ways, both a sequel and a prequel to A Quiet Place, because I was hearing about flashbacks, that there were gonna be a flashback or two in this film, or even more. So that made me especially excited for this film. However, we only get one flashback at the beginning of the film, which is basically on the day where everything starts turning into hell. So, but other than that, we really don't get any other flashbacks. And I think I was definitely let down by that a little bit. But I also think only having that one flashback on the day everything started going bad for the characters in this film. And keep in mind, that was the only flashback in this film. I feel like it really made it unnecessary to include it in the film unless you were going to be showing a few other flashbacks, in my opinion. And which is a shame, because it was actually a very good scene in that film, basically showcasing the day where everything turned to hell for these characters. And I felt like the film would have been a lot stronger if it included more flashbacks. It would have given us a better idea of learning more about these characters and everything, and where they were before the events of the first film. Specifically flashbacks that take place between the first day where everything goes down and the day where the opening scene of the first film takes place. However, despite this one gripe with this film, I still think it's a really, really solid sequel to the first Quiet Place, and I highly recommend you all check it out, especially if you're a huge fan of the first Quiet Place. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I know this is a different kind of video than you guys are used to, so I hope you all like it, and if you guys like this video, I definitely will do more of these. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like what you see, feel free to like and subscribe, and I hope you all have a great day.